I sympathize with your pious desires to find the trace of your distant ancestors. But, sir, there are estimates that over 14 million black Africans were kidnapped by slavers and carried off. The chances of tracing one chap from the others.
But if I know the language that he spoke and his name...
What name?
His African name.
I don't believe I heard that.
Did not tell that?
No, sir, I don't believe you did.
When his first master called him Toby, but he said that his name was Kinte?
No, sir.
Kinte?
You sure of that, sir? Kinte?
Just passed on that way for 200 years. Kinte.
Of course, you should have said that at first. Kinte would have been the clan or family name.
And he's heard it? He knows that name?
The
old villages in the back countries are often named for the family that founded it centuries ago.
That is quite true, sir. There are many of them upriver.
But can I go there? Can I find the records of the births and the deaths?
Ñu dundoon ak ñi deewoon. Ah, xam nga ne loolu daal yomb.
What's the matter? What's so funny?
Sir, until recently, the people in the bush, in the upriver country, were pre-literate. There were no written records, and certainly not several hundred years old.
Even today, we find difficulty with the census. We can hardly collect taxes on the words of a griot.
A griot. Now, what do you mean by that? What's a griot?
In these backcountry clans, there are old men, griots, who spend their lives remembering their histories and genealogies of their families.
Or like Grandma and Aunt Liz. Oral history, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Well, I got to talk to him. Now, how soon can I see him?
Who knows? There are no telephone lines. Perhaps we'd ask the district police to inquire, and in time, there might be some information.
My funds are quite limited, sir. How much time?
6 weeks, perhaps 8, and that, sir, is in the hands of God. Inshallah.
Usabe yalla.
Yes, but what's the matter?
I'm sorry to be so unceremonious, sir, but...
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir, and we must hurry, sir. The Postal Service Land Rover departs at 4:30.
What do you mean?
We've got to be at the second crossing by noon tomorrow to catch the launch upriver.
Wait a minute, what's going on? Where are we going?
Sir, it's most unusual. The district nurse came down with a fever and was flown in by plane. The pilot mentioned that the old man is in Jufre.
Old man?
The griot. Keba Kanja Fofana. The griot of the Kinte line. He's in Jufre now. Hurry, sir. The driver of the Postal Land Rover is very fastidious. He will not wait.
I'll be ready in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You're still praying. What's that for?
He's announcing your arrival. You'll be passed along from one village to the next.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Kawakar giwai.
Alhamdulillah.
Sir, Kebe Kanga Fofani says greetings.
Tell him greetings. Tell him I've come to hear the history of the Kinte clan because I have an ancestor who said that his name was Kinte.
I think he already knows, sir. The whole village knows.
Our
forefathers have told us that many of our people are in exile, away from our homes, in that place called America.
Tell him that the part I want to hear is about 200 years, give or take 50, so around about 1750.
Oh, no, sir. You cannot ask that.
I thought he memorized all of it.
Oh, yes, sir, but he's under a man, not a filing cabinet. Sir, the times are told by the rains and the rules of chiefs and the weather, not the European date, sir. He must start at the beginning.
How far back is that?
The Kinte clan began in the great empire of the old Mali, and that would be about 500 years ago.
Well, let's get started.
Of the big water on the upper river, Kamaru, our Kinte, left the Malik land and traveled to the village of the Silverfish. And when he had 25 reigns, he married Balta, the daughter of Manin, and their children were Yaya, Bautu, and Fanta.
Mali.
The country did not have grass. Karibao Kinte went to the Gambia and lived in a village called Javaya. And when he had 31 reigns, he married a woman called Baya, and they had a son. Omari, Bota, Lanu,
ak
Omaya. He married a woman called Yisa. And the year that we had 2 rains and the hunger, he went to a village called Jaffa Kinte. Yisa begot him a son called Omaru.
It's been hours. How far are we?
I don't know. When he had 30 reigns, he married Binta Keba, who gave him 4 sons. And they were named Kunta, Lamin, Swadu, and Madi. And about that time, the king's soldiers came. The eldest son, Kunta, left the village to cut a tree to make himself a drum. And that was the last time that he was seen.
What? What? Say that again. Tell him to say that again. Tell him to say that again.
Wahatko. The eldest son, Kunta, left the village to make a drum. And that was the last time that he was seen.
My God.